How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest versus Manchester City, taking place at Wembley in the Emirates FA Cup semi-final. Finally, it's here. It's felt like an absolute age since we beat Brighton in the quarterfinals to book our place in the semi-final. I think it was, 4 weeks ago now? 3-4 weeks ago now. It feels like a lot longer than that since we got through to the semi-final. And yeah, the nerves are here. The nerves are here. I think it's one of the biggest games in my generation as a Forest fan. First time we got to an FA Cup semi-final in my lifetime. Obviously, we did get to a quarter-final a couple of years ago under Cooper, where we lost against Liverpool. But yeah, look, I think it's a big game. But I think the pressure's off for us. Obviously, it would be amazing to get through to the final, and of course we want to win the FA Cup. We're 2 games away from lifting the FA Cup, which is incredible. I've always dreamed of seeing Forest win a trophy, and it would just be outstanding. It would be unbelievable. I remember as a kid, like growing up, some people were like, "Oh, been off the cups, we're never really going to stand a chance anyway in Focus League." I wanted us to win every single game we possibly could do. Like, we would play like Arsenal in the League Cup, and we'd play like a bit of a weakened side and would lose 5-1. And I'm thinking, why aren't we going for it? I want to see Forest win something. And look, we've got a better chance than ever to go and win a trophy. Okay, Manchester City stand in our way, and they've hit a little bit of form. Man City beat Villa in the week, a last-minute winner from Matheus Nunes. So they'll be on a little bit of a high. But I think we've got what it takes, to give them a really good game. Look, I'm nervous, and I don't know. I was talking to my dad about this earlier on. You get like optimists, pessimists, and somewhere in the middle you have your realists. And I think I edged probably. I think I'm a realist, but I can. Sorry, oh gosh, there you go. But I think I'm a realist, but then I couldn't be either side. Like, I can lean each way, and I'm a realist for this, leaning towards we might not win. I don't want to put that out there, but I don't know. City are a fantastic side. We know, okay, yes, they've struggled this season, but they're still a really good team who have some really good players who can play some really good stuff. They are carrying a couple of injuries. I know Haaland's out. I'm not quite sure what their injury list is looking like. I tried to have a look at it earlier, but I was busy at work, and I just tried to have a quick look while it was in my mind, and it didn't show it up when I had a look. But I saw a post that said they had a couple of injuries, so be interesting to see how that pans out in the game. But if you look at the last 2 games that we played in the league this season, at the Etihad, saw them beat us 3-0 in the midst of a really bad run of form for them. It was really bizarre. It was a sort of a case of they were in a really bad bit of form, and we were not doing too badly, but then they managed to slap us 3-0 and then continue their bad run of form after that. It was really weird. We were a side doing well, but we turned up against them and they beat us. It was a bit bizarre, and then it didn't give them the lift that their fans thought it might do. It meant that they would just continue carrying on this poor run of form. So look, I think it's going to be a difficult game, of course. If it goes that way, the way they played, where we let them do their thing and stuff, it's going to be really hard. But then look at the game we played at the City Ground, where we won by a 1-0 with Callum Hudson-Odoi scoring in the last 10 minutes. I think if we can play it that way, we stand a chance. Where we're playing it in a way of like we're having to sit and defend, but we're still able to be a threat on the counter attack. I think if we do what we did at their ground, it's suicide really, where we just sit off and let them play their game, and we didn't really offer anything going forward. We have to still be strong going forward. Bernardo Silva mentioned in an interview that he sees us similarly to Real Madrid, which is wild. Like Nottingham Forest getting compared to Real Madrid, you'd never. If you told us that, Forest fans, that 5-10 years ago, we would have creased laughing. But yeah, look, we sit with a good defensive shape, a structure at the back. We're resolute, well drilled, and then we've got the players like Alanga, like Hudson-Odoi, like Gibbs White that you can send it to, and they can just shoot forward, bomb on forward, and with their pace they can cause havoc. So it's going to be really interesting to see how things pan out, and I'm really excited to see our tactical setup, our starting 11 as well. I think there's a few suspensions. I know Nico Williams is out, and he's mentioned that in an interview on Sky Sports where he said he's going to be the best cheerleader he can, and that's going to be a big miss for us because I'm not too sure on the situation with Ola Aina. I did see on Google, like you can go on Google and look at like the team sheets and stuff, and I looked at the team sheets ahead of the Tottenham game, and it says at the bottom injuries, and it said that Aina was set to be back on the 22nd of April, which was a couple of days ago. So hopefully that means he's fit, and we could really, really do with him. Because both our right backs are unavailable. One's injured, one's suspended if Aina's not fit. So that means we'd have to probably play Moreno and Toffolo as fullbacks, and they're both naturally left backs. So that could be a bit of a sticky situation, but hopefully Aina's back. I saw a post that he put on social media saying today's been a good day. So hopefully that means he knows he's fit for the game on Sunday. If he can be, that'll be huge news. I think there's a couple of other suspensions. Maybe Yatesy, I'm not sure about. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. I probably should have done a little bit of research before this video on who's suspended and who's not. But yeah, I think we've got a couple of suspensions which could be, it could be a problem for us, but hopefully we can weather that storm and navigate that situation okay. But yeah, I think how do I think the game's going to go? I don't know. I really don't know. It's a tough one to call. I think it will go one of two ways, either City away or City at home. I feel like it's going to go that way, and I feel like Nuno's going to set us up to try and do something similar to City away. City away. No. City at home. I was just thinking. I wanted to mention about Liverpool away, where we played 4 central midfielders and then brought 2 off and brought on 2 pacier players. We could look to do that. And try and pack the midfield and then opt to bring on the pacey players when it comes to the latter stages. That's a shout. That is a shout. I trust Nuno with whatever he decides to do. There's a lot of question marks over his selection against Tottenham, and look how that turned out. So I think we'll be okay. I do think we'll be okay. I'm confident that we can give him a really good game. Do I think we can win? I don't know. I want to say yes. I want to be outright confident. There's a guy I know who's a Forest fan, and he's absolutely convinced that we're going to win. I'd love to be that confident. I'd love to have that mindset. But I'm just a bit nervous because I know how good City can be. Marmoush has slotted in really well for them. I know that they're missing Rodri, but they're still a really good side, and they've got players who can cause problems. Doku, Savinho, Bernardo Silva, Kevin De Bruyne. They play at Wembley so much as well that they'll be not overawed by the situation. You look at Forest, we've never been to the new Wembley in an FA Cup game. We've only ever been to New Wembley once, and that was when we beat Huddersfield in the playoff final. So it's going to be a really big occasion. To anyone who's going, I have an amazing time. I'm not able to go myself, but I hope you have an absolutely cracking time and just really enjoy the day and just enjoy the spectacle. But hopefully we can turn up and really give them a right game. I think we can. I really think we can, and I think we can get all. I was say all 3 points. No, we can't get all 3 points. We can give them an absolute game, and I think the FA Cup's got magic in it, and I think we could. I don't know. Part of me, my head is saying, nah, it's Man City, it's going to be hard. My heart's going, we could do it, we could do it. I don't know. I just want the game to hurry up and be it. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Score prediction, 1-0 Forest. My heart's saying that. My head's saying, maybe not that. I don't know. I really don't know. There's been so many games this season where I've gone, oh, we're probably going to lose this when we've won it, or we've got a point out of it. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's an interesting one. Excited to see how it pans out. I really am. I think we can do it. I think we can. Yeah, why not? Let's say it. We can do it. We can do it. By the way, sorry, I feel like I've stuttered or gone loads. I don't know why. I really don't know why. My head's a mess. But yeah, come on, Forest. Please. I'm not going to go through my starting 11 because I'm not too sure on the injury or the not necessarily injury, but the suspension front. I'm not too sure on the suspension front, but I think go as full strength as you can. Why not? We're not playing until Thursday. Who cares? Just go for it. Give it everything we've got. Make yourself heroes. It is a free hit, but make yourself heroes. I've got a feeling that Matt Sellers is going to pull off an absolute worldie save. I just feel it in my veins, in my blood. I feel like an unbelievable worldie save to right near the end of the game to either keep us in it or to keep us in front or whatever. But yeah, nervous. I am nervous. I'm very nervous. I wish the game would play right now, but hopefully we can go on and we can win. We can do what we need to do and get to the final. Oh, Palace or Villa await. We'll know who is through to that one before our game because they play tomorrow, whereas we play on Sunday. But yeah, come on, Forest. Please. Do what you can do and just make us proud. That's all we ask. Make us proud. Give it your all. Go out there and play with pride on that badge. Make us proud and do what you can do. Put everything into it. Don't leave anything out there and just come back as heroes. Up the Reds. Come on, you Reds. Like the video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment down below what your thoughts are on the game if you're going and all that sort of stuff. Have a great time. And come on, you Reds. Come on.